Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spotlight, where we host the most influential youth from the hood.
Yo, mama, yo. Happy today on the Spotlight. It is your favorite selector, Onhle the DJ. Kelebogile Mpele. So, yeah. Kelebogile, please tell us, who is Kelebogile Mpele? We wanna know.
Dumelang. Well, firstly, Kelebogile Mpele.
Oh, my bad.
Mpele, yes. So, I'm Zelani Kelebogile Mpele from Naledi, Soweto. Well, I'm a community activist, man. I like to I don't like to do it, but it's something that I'm just passionate about, understanding youth agencies in a better perspective, in order to make the correct prescriptions about like our lives in the hoods and everything. I'm a political science student at the University of Pretoria. And also I have a small book club, Nkosi,
nice.
Where I educate kids, and I make sure that they understand their powers beyond what has already been taught to them or rather been fed to them. Yes, basically that's. And also I'm an anti-drug activist, so I deal a lot with that too. So thank you.
So please tell us about being a woman and the challenges you faced, Nkosi Monaledi. I mean, like, we know based on gender-based violence, rape cases, kidnapping, and all that's been happening, Nkosi.
Well, being a woman, Nkosi, I think it's one of the most challenging things, like any other, black struggle that we're really faced with, it's. However, I would not want to reduce like this to anything, and I wouldn't say that it's, better, or rather it feels better with time, because like I feel like being a woman, Nkosi, it means you always have to learn and learn, and also it's a bargain that it seems as if you also like have to teach, like it's like you need to teach people how to treat you, teach people how to love, teach people how to unlearn certain behaviors, because we are a Kasi that is actually very violent, you understand. It's a sad thing, we don't talk about it, the objectifying of women, you understand. I like to share my life experiences to actually explain better what happens, Nkosi, you understand. The stories that we most certainly don't want to listen to, so it's always been that thing, you're chubby and you're just like lovable and stuff. However, the sexualization of you, like, it started from when we were very young, understand. Cool as so in those are the things that guys say, Nkosi, understand, and it's normal. So we grow up being so objectified, you understand, and like you just need to like take that, and you're not being objectified in any way, you understand. So those are the experiences that we often like face from young ages, understand. Rape being something that is so normal, Nkosi, where slut shaming is so normal, and understand, like when a 12-year-old is seen with a pedophile, a 30-year-old man, or rather a 21-year-old man, you understand, and then the slut shaming and everything goes to the kid, you understand. It never goes to the innocent, you understand. So I've also like gotten to learn that with time, understand, and it's very sad how most of the things that had happened even to me, understand, growing up, I had to like take the blame, understand, in the sense that me being quiet means I'm also like I'm just like it felt as if okay, it's my body that actually made this man do this. I remember writing something like my body is the forbidden fruit, you understand? Like when men see it, they exactly, you understand? So now it seems as if it's your fault, whereas the violence is something that is inflicted and was caused by a whole lot of things, a whole lot of injustices, you understand? So right now the reigning of, like, toxic masculinity and everything, they happen, Mokasi, and we always have to, it seems as if it is our responsibility, although I refuse, understand, to be the healers of all these people who are so broken, Makasi, and stuff. So that is how it feels like to be a woman. It's like you just like apply your labor, in everything, and without getting anything in return except for pain and having been told that and things like that. Those things that actually change how women should be viewed.
So you told us you are a political science student. So what is it that you're hoping to have an impact, Mokasi, like degree how, diploma how, what is it going to change, Mokasi? Like, do you have any plans, or are you already pursuing those plans? Like, we want to know, you being a political science student, what is it going to benefit Batuba Mokasi Kayona?
Well, I always talk about going back home.
Yeah.
I always tell people that it's important to go back home, and going back home means, have you ever, like, let me make an example. When someone who lived in a back room for too long, after they graduate and stuff, they go back home and fix the house, build it, so that fixing, that renovating of house and stuff, I feel like it is needed in all individuals, Mokasi, you understand? So with my degree, with my understanding, with all the things that I'm learning, in this degree and everything, and actually also outside books, you understand, I want to come back home. I want to come back and make the correct prescriptions, guys, you understand? I want to come up with practical solutions, you understand? Because I believe we have a lot of motivation. We do not lack motivation, we just don't know where to start, you understand? So understanding social issues better, understanding the reason why there's so many of us who are inflicted with, who take drugs to numb the pain and stuff like that. It is because of, where have you seen a psychologist, Mokasi, a facility, a mental facility, Mokasi, you understand? You've never seen such things. All we ever see is taverns. You see 5 taverns, Kokasi one, you understand? You see a child crying and a mother just gives them a sweet, you understand? Every time you numb the pain, that's sweet. Every time a parent, feels sad or whatever, they reach out for alcohol and stuff like that, understand? The educational system that actually also draws us back, you understand, that makes us, that enslaves us instead of helping us, you understand? So I want to come back home and fix such things, you understand? Rectify such things, get more knowledge on how to find practical solutions to make the correct prescriptions and tell our stories better, guys.
So okay, I hear that, and that's very, very, very inspirational. So we are both residents, Tamona Lady, and we understand the service delivery is something that takes a lot of time to reach us, Runamona Lady. So you, as a political science student, are really voted Mokasi to be the councillor. What would you change, or what would you implement? Any new ideas would you give the youth a voice? Because we see the youth has no voice.
Well, firstly, I do not wish to be a councillor. Anyways, well, I believe being more than just a voice to people, I believe if I was in leadership, Babanamukasi and stuff like that, I believe I would, I think more than anything, I would walk their path, you understand? Because we have a tendency of actually forgetting the people we're going to address. You actually forget that, okay, right now I'm going to talk to people who do not have faith in governance, you understand? Because for over the years, even post democracy, there's still we're still living in autocratic state that does not favor us as people, you understand? So I feel like if I was if I was a counselor then, and making sure that people like get like their services delivered and stuff like that, I think I would allow them to be themselves, and to actually to voice out their opinions and stuff like that. I would allow them, I would listen to them more than anything, because we are not listened to, you understand. People just want to, and the Constitution of South Africa says South Africa is a sovereign state, so we can govern ourselves, you understand. Working together and making sure that there's employment being created. There's so many places like just like where we can just like plant and like just keep the money like flowing and stuff like that. But there's no such thing, because of everyone is just like looking out for their stomachs, understand. So if I was like a counselor, then I think I would make sure that I remember that in South Africa, I'm equal to the people that I'm leading, you understand, and I have to like give them a voice and listen to them.
So if you had a chance, or if you had a platform to say something to our councillor right now, what would that be?
Well, I would say that he must listen to the people, understand. Listen to the people. A lot of souls are missing. The situation here is unacceptable, understand. That because of everything is just out of line, out of control. You've got no control over our brothers who were stealing from us, our sisters who were stealing from us, our uncles who were raping us, our mothers who were molesting us, and everything that is happening. The education, like the service delivery, like you understand, like the educational backgrounds of people are not even like trying to be improved in any way, you understand. Like everything is just
the way it's
it's even getting worse, you understand. That like everyone now needs something to numb their pain. What are you doing? You understand? Like we need things to numb our pains. We're not fully healed, we're not fully healing, and it seems as if we're going nowhere, you understand, because of personally, I've never even entered office, because what is the point, you understand? I've had experiences of people who entered office and still were not listened to and were not answered. So what are you doing? Like, what is with your duty? And I would like to understand that. Yeah.
So Kile, we see on your Facebook content you are always sharp when it comes to radical issues. And what is the message that you want to get across to your fellow followers or the public that is always just waiting for the next feed or post?
Well, man, the aim is to fulfill life purposes, you understand? The aim is to spread the message across. The aim is to raise awareness, you understand? Because I believe we've been boxed for too long, and it's okay to be open-minded about certain things. And also it's about me learning and unlearning new things, you understand? Because it's during engagements and stuff, you get to learn and unlearn certain things and certain behavioral traits and everything, you understand, about yourself. So it's a journey a journey of self-discovery, and also a journey of making other people realize and rather like discover certain things and about themselves, understanding youth agencies in a broader perspective, understand, and understanding mental health issues in a broader perspective, understand, redefining education, understand, and not boxing things and not boxing black people, understand, in general.
So we see a decline in Muslim queen manje, like women are being independent. Nice things, women can buy themselves houses and cars and all that. And now men, some men, it's because I there's 10 on, guys. 10 on, too much. So some men buy some, but like they feel like or so many men feel threatened. And what's your take on that?
But before, please take me back. I heard you said a decline of slave queens. I don't understand.
Okay, slave queen is someone who is known for receiving money from Abu Papa, so-called sugar daddies, and just living a lavish lifestyle ngemali omunye umuntu ukuthi imali angazenzelanga yena ngezandla zakhe. So that's why there's a decline in slay queens and sekuba manje abo independent women what.
Okay, well, firstly, I before answering the main question, let me just put it out there that I do not like label people and I do not undermine other women for their own hustles in any way. You understand? I do not say that because I get money from probably a bit like privileged enough or whatsoever to get money from home or from wherever. It does not I do not undermine another person's hustle in, you know, getting money in, you know, their own way. You understand? So for me to label other women in also essence of uplifting others, it will be very wrong of me, you understand, and it's something that I do not stand for. So I would not say that it is a decline, you know, maybe of like or rather like disregarding other people to actually, you know, applaud other people for uplifting themselves, understand, their own, like I'm a non-moralist, understand, like so I'll just say that in answering your main question, I guess I put my like point across, and in answering your question, I would say that it is not men who are threatened, you know, who are threatened about certain things that women are achieving themselves and stuff. I understand. It's also like when I said redefining education is also like another thing is the redefining politics of power, you understand. People like have put power on material, you understand, and that's why a lot of people feel so threatened, you understand, whenever a woman, like, you know, goes out there and make life better for themselves, you understand. We have been programmed for too long. It's been it's been systematic that like women
should be dependent,
and the same way we feel like we need white people to survive and things like that, you understand. So I believe it's just if we were to redefine power politics and stuff like that, I believe black men are not threatened by women who are making life better for themselves, you understand, because we're all human at the end of the day and we should really strive for the best, understand. So I believe men are not threatened by, you know, women who are like that. And if they are, then it's the issue of toxic masculinity and power politics that we need to dismantle with time. Yes.
So this question that I'm about to ask is a bit out of context, ne?
Yeah.
So asithi uyashada, what kind of a person would you go for? Uma ubhuti umkhalela uthi yazi lo bhuti maka ngafaka indandatho la zoba right. Asitshela ufuna ubhuti onjani, like ufuna ubhuti onjani, ufuna laba
a genuine man.
Define
like,
genuine.
I believe black love should be genuine, you understand. I do not want a man who will need me to heal him, you understand, in any way. I do not need a man who will actually, I feel like we need each other as people, so we are bound to hear each other in certain aspects of life, understand. However, I do not want a man who still needs me to educate him on how to treat a woman, understand, or how to treat people in general, understand. So I would want and also I don't want the man who will put me through trials and, you know, a lot of victimization before he actually like loves me like I deserve, understand. So I want a black genuine man who defines love, you understand, in the sense that he knows his man and he's allowed to not be strong, you understand. I hate it when people say you're strong or whatsoever, because now then it puts boundaries, you understand. I believe so. I want a man who I will be a safe space to, and they will also feel like I'm their safe space, you understand. The same way we build relationships with our like opposite friends, you understand. I want something like that, you know, a friendship before anything. So a man who's willing to do that, then I do not care about anything. Just be you and don't expect me to build you. Don't expect me to get naked for you, whereas you're not willing to go miles with me, you understand. And naked no, like in different aspects, you know, even in life in general. I can't really unfold my life going and then when I understand. And also, I'm not saying hore. If you feel comfortable with me and I feel comfortable with you, let's do this, understand? But let it not have like boundaries and and things like that. And now it just brings a lot of toxicity in in how things are done. Understand? Now you're going to disregard me for being emotional because when you feel like and things like that.
So
listen, if needs be. Scream, you understand? And it does not make you any less of a man, understand?
I hope you're listening. Take notes.
It does not make you less of a man. And there's so many things, but let's do this, understand? I can touch my side. Understand? Like you don't want to express yourself, you don't want to understand. You need your masculinity should not be toxic. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Okay, Gile. So we see what you are a very opinionated person. Like you're strong. So how does that have an impact on your relationship or any friendship or family ship? Yeah, like.
Okay.
But like you sister.
Sometimes well, okay. Well, it actually gets me to learn and unlearn again. You understand? It gets me to understand life differently. To say that we as people we share different aspects, we share different views and stuff like that. Because now, if I'm gonna come with my own opinions about life, you're gonna come with yours and reach a common ground and stuff. So. Yeah, in most cases, like and things like that, and it's just I feel like I'm not normalizing the labeling. However, it's just that thing. I guess there's something different to understand about probably how I present myself from a certain person, a certain human being, and now that gives me a chance to learn about them, and also I would believe they learn they're learning certain things and certain behavioral aspects and everything from me also, understand? So that's how it basically affects my relationship with everyone. I believe people, it's either they learn from me or they learn from me or they. And it's the same thing. I also feel the same way about my family, and my friends, and also just ordinary beings around the world, understand, and everywhere I go.
Okay, so last question. Okay. So would you rather be between Itamat and Anyanis? Which one would you rather be? Time is sticky.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Tamati or onions?
Onions.
Why onion?
Because I feel like I've never had anyone say or anything, you understand? Like it's always like a need in every dish, like you feel like you're always like needed and stuff like that. So I'd rather be that useful person rather than be a conditional person in any way.
Okay, so not gonna be utamatis because it's very versatile. So we're about to close off the show. Kelebogile. So Kelebogile, kindly tell the viewers or your followers on Facebook, on Instagram, or whatever social platform you're on, a nice motivation or whatever that you want to tell them, whether it's a new post coming, a baby, a relationship, we don't know. Tell us.
No, there's no relationship or anything like that. However, I feel like and then I truly hope that one day is like we'll tell our stories, and I want to tell everyone out there that you're the only like person and explain to the people who you are, you understand? Like introduce yourself to the people. Don't allow, or rather don't let anyone, don't let any religion, don't let any boundary redefine or actually define you or introduce you, understand? And every time something like that comes up, make sure that you reintroduce yourself, yes, to the people. Reintroduce yourself to the world and everyone else, understand? Make sure for the and yeah, man, let's share black genuine love and let us, share and let us support each other, and let's make Soweto great and the black community as a whole. Let's make it great, and yeah. Thank you. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Do you think?